The human was shaking. That, more than anything else, reassured senior analyst Koreth. He watched from behind the polarized observation pane as the prisoner sat restrained in the center of the chamber, shoulders hunched, breath shallow. The human's fingers trembled visibly against the restraint cuffs, skin mottled with stress-induced discoloration. Fear response, excellent. Name, the interrogator asked again. Evan Morales, the human said, voice cracking. I already told you, I'm just logistics. Koreth annotated his pad with a satisfied flick of his lower limb. Baseline reaction consistent with pre-species stress. The intelligence summaries had been very clear. Humans looked dangerous on paper, but under pressure they folded. Fragile bones, overloaded nervous systems, emotion-driven decision-making, a species that felt too much. Logistics officers have access, the interrogator replied calmly. Supply routes, reserve stockpiles, emergency mobilization protocols. I don't know them, Evan whispered. The interrogator leaned closer, voice still polite. You do. Pain stimulus followed, calibrated, legal, precise. Evan screamed. Koreth did not flinch. 3 hours later, subject remains non-compliant, the interrogator reported. Koreth frowned. The human's vitals were alarming. Elevated cortisol, microfractures, tissue trauma. Pain response far exceeding tolerance thresholds for comparable species. And yet, he is still conscious, Koreth muttered, and still refusing. Commander Shalrin rotated one of her eye fans toward him. Your assessment stated humans collapse under sustained pressure. They should, Koreth said defensively. By all models, he should have begun bargaining 90 minutes ago. In the chamber below, Evan Morales coughed wetly and forced his head up. You're wasting your time, he rasped. She's already coming. The interrogator paused. Who is she? Evan smiled. It was not brave. It was not confident. It was relieved. My sister. The first alarm, no one reacted. Detention station ILEX 9 generated false alerts constantly. Sensor drift, docking misalignments, power fluctuations. Koreth barely glanced at the status ribbon. The second alarm changed pitch. The third alarm came with vibration. What was that? Shalrin demanded. A calm officer's voice broke in, strained. Unauthorized breach in civilian docking ring. Single intruder, human female. Koreth's spines lifted. One. Shalrin repeated. Armed? No, Commander, she's just moving. Another explosion, closer. On the monitor, security feed snapped to life. The human female was sprinting. She wore civilian attire, boots, utility jacket, hair tied back with a simple band. No armor, no visible weapons. She vaulted a barricade without slowing. A security officer lunged. She ducked, pivoted, and slammed her shoulder into his center of mass. The alien flew backward into the bulkhead hard enough to dent it. Koreth stared. That impact should have injured her, he whispered. Instead, she kept running. Deploy suppression, Shalrin ordered. Stun fire filled the corridor. The human took 2 hits, staggered, then growled and kept moving. That should have, the calm officer began. Incapacitated a heavy labor species, Koreth finished numbly. The woman ripped a maintenance bar from the wall and used it to redirect a third stun bolt into the ceiling. She struck with economy, precision, never lingering, never overcommitting. She wasn't angry. She was focused. Recognition in the interrogation chamber, Evan Morales went rigid. No, he whispered. Oh God, no, Maya, stop. The interrogator turned just as the door ceased to exist. It did not open. It fragmented. The human woman stepped through drifting debris, eyes locking instantly onto the chair. Her gaze softened. Then it hardened into something Koreth had no word for. Hey, she said gently. You held out. I'm proud of you. The interrogators repositioned defensively. You are violating, one began. Maya Morales moved. What followed lasted 42 seconds. Koreth replayed it later, slowed it down. frame by frame. It did not help. She broke joints without hesitation, struck nerve clusters with anatomical certainty, used alien mass and leverage against them with brutal efficiency. She did not waste motion. She did not posture. She ended the fight breathing hard, but steady. 3 trained interrogators lay incapacitated. None dead. That is restraint, Shalrin said quietly. That is control. Packbond Maya freed Evan with shaking hands. You're an idiot, she muttered. I told you never volunteer for forward logistics. Evan laughed weakly. You always say that. Korath felt something sink deep into his thorax. This wasn't military doctrine. This wasn't nationalism. This was family. The decision security forces massed ahead. Korath ran projections. If they resisted, escalating casualties. Human aggression amplification. Arabic Khalif, Arabic Het, Arabic Ta, Arabic Meme, Arabic Khalif, Arabic Lam, Arabic Yet, Arabic Tet Merbuda cascade failure. He opened a priority channel. Stand down, he ordered. Clear the route. Shalrin looked at him sharply. They assaulted our station. Yes, Korath said, and they did it without killing anyone. Commander, if this is what one civilian does for her sibling, what do you think their soldiers do for each other? Silence. Then, clear the corridors. Aftermath, the human ship departed unchallenged. Later, alone in his office, Korath reread the human file. He stopped at a line he had dismissed months earlier. Humans exhibit extreme pack bonding behavior. Threat response scales exponentially when pack members are harmed. He amended the report. Addendum: humans do not break individually. They distribute stress across their social unit and respond collectively. He stared at the quiet stars beyond the station hull. We did not capture a weak human, he said softly. We captured bait. And somewhere in the void, 2 humans were going home. Angry, alive, and now very aware of who had hurt one of theirs. The galaxy would feel that awareness soon enough.